Have you ever stepped foot in a region full of scenic sights, rich history, and dotted with charming villages that make you feel like you're in a fairy tale? If you haven't, then you probably have never heard of Gordes, an actual gem in the province perched on a hilltop. Today we're counting down our top 10 picks for Gordes, France. Make sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you don't miss any of our latest videos. Situated on a rocky promontory in the elevated ground of Vaucluse Mountains, this village gets a scenic overlook of the Colonne Valley and Luberon. Gordes is not a big destination, but a small yet charming place instead. When you visit, you can probably see all of Gordes in a day, to be frank. With that said, here are the top things to do in Gordes that you'll absolutely love. Number 10. Chateau de Gordes. The oldest building in the area, and the beginning of our list of must-do activities in Gordes, is the Chateau Gordes Castle. Gordes Castle ought to be nearly as old as the village, given that it was first mentioned in the 11th century. The Gordes Castle, also known as Chateau de Gordes, is situated south of the roundabout, in the center of the hamlet. It's the area of the town that transports you back in time, especially when you get near and see its machicolations and arrow slits. Do you recall the medieval-themed movies you've watched? You should be able to see several moments from the movie that are similar, thanks to Chateau de Gordes. In fact, one of the village's best preserved structures is Gordes Castle. A visit to this castle should be unique because of the inside exhibits, even though it is not as impressive as the castles in other areas of Europe. The Gordes Castle's exhibits feature contemporary pieces created by both villagers and outside artists. Jean de Royle, Marc Chagall, André Lotte, and Paul Marat all produced works of art. The Gordes Castle also contains architectural elements from the Renaissance era. The fireplace, which combines pilasters, entablature, frieze, gables, and niche patterns, is the most outstanding. The spiral staircase and spacious hall in Gordes Castle may possibly be worth viewing. Number 9. SAINT-FIRMIN Church. Just before you reach Gordes, the Route des Cavillons will welcome you to show the attractive appearance that Gordes has. If you see a fortress-like structure on the very top, it's not yet the Gordes Castle, but SAINT-FIRMIN Church. The 18th century SAINT-FIRMIN Church is a shrine to Gordes' patron saint, Saint Firmin. The structure's outstanding characteristics are within, just like Gordes Castle, such gorgeous wood paneling and murals. Gordes' patron saint, Saint Firmin, is honored at the SAINT-FIRMIN Church from the 18th century. Like Gordes Castle, the structure's remarkable features are found inside. This includes beautiful murals and wood artwork. In addition to the beautiful artwork, you'll enjoy spending some time inside the cathedral for some peace and quiet. Make a wish if it's your first time visiting a church and you're a Catholic. Number 8. SAINT-FIRMIN Palace Caves. The cellars of the Palais Saint-Firmin are just a short distance from SAINT-FIRMIN Church. Due to the possibility that you may make the special find you're seeking, it is an unmissable activity in Gordes, and a good reason to travel there. By the way, Strasbourg is a great city to visit if you want to find a lot of unusual items. Northeastern France's Grand Est region is home to it. The architectural remains of the Gordes people from the Middle Ages can be found in the cellars of the Palais Saint-FIRMIN, commonly known as SAINT-FIRMIN Palace Caves. We might therefore assert that exciting discoveries are both above and below Gordes. The SAINT-FIRMIN Palace Caves are really referred to by the tourism office as a semi-troglodytic site, a cave or den where ancient people resided. Unbelievably, this is where the original Gordes people resided, which is why SAINT-FIRMIN Palace Caves is also regarded as a historical landmark. Number 7. Gordes Castle. Did you realize the best must-do activity is totally free? No entrance fee. Additionally, you won't have to make a purchase in order to view it. The stroll through Gordes' lovely, collated alleyways is another reason to go there. The stone brick homes, vine-covered walls, and collade-adorned streets all resemble settings from Greek or Roman myths. The dwelling's architecture is something I must note. They are, of course, very simple. However, the use of brick and stone, as well as their curved black metal and tile roofs, will make you feel as though you have entered another world. It seems as though you are discovering your own fantasy realm. Gordes streets might thrill you as time-traveling sceneries or picturesque vistas that can catch you off guard turn after turn. And if you take your time exploring Gordes, you'll discover more than just beautiful scenery. There are places where the silence is so peaceful. They ought to provide you with some prime reflectional opportunities. How about some soul-searching? Number 6. Gordes Viewpoint. There are 2 vantage points in Gordes that you must go to. The location in Gordes Hamlet, where you can see the whole of Luberon Regional National Park, comes first. Another is at Gordes Vantage Point, which is found on the Route de Cavaillon. The viewpoint will be right on your route to Gordes. If you are coming from Avignon, Cavaillon, or any other towns south of Gordes, you will see the village's southwest face from the Gordes vantage point, which may be rather lovely at certain times of the day. You have another reason to go to Gordes if you enjoy stunning views as I do. Additionally, if you enjoy taking pictures, you must visit Gordes Perspective. When you are fortunate enough to see a golden hour event from the viewpoint of the village, you'll understand what I'm saying. Gordes will be painted with golden sunlight just before sunset. The sunlight will migrate up as the sun descends into the horizon, highlighting more reddish tones on the Gordes houses' roofs and also facades. Gordes will start to sparkle with city lights as the sun finally sets. Overall, it's an amazing moment that you should try to catch. It's ideal for a time-lapse photograph. Number 5. The Musée du Verre et du VITRAIL. The Glass and Stained Glass Museum is 4.5 kilometers from the town center, on the outskirts of Gordes. It is a museum that houses a distinctive collection of artifacts that tell the history of the glass industry, which dates back 7,000 years. A must-do activity is to visit the Glass and Stained Glass Museum in Gordes, especially for history buffs looking to learn something unusual. This can convince you to go to Gordes because of the museum's collection's demonstrated importance in terms of art and culture. The Musée du Verre et du VITRAIL is a great place to learn about art and appreciate it. You can find out about the development of glassmaking, the methods employed, and the culture reflected in each. You can see some of the exhibitions to learn about the historical tastes in design of the wealthy populations of the Middle East and Europe. You can learn about how faith influenced stained glass design from some other collections. Number 4. Village des Boris. Village des Boris is an outdoor museum with old stone houses situated to the hilly southwest of Gordes. The Village des Boris is a must-see attraction in Gordes, since it is one of the most peculiar human villages in all of France. In addition, the Village des Boris is the reason you will go to Gordes if you enjoy discovering unusual buildings. In a nutshell, Village des Boris is a 17th century temporary hamlet that was created entirely of stone stacks. It is regarded as an ancient kind of construction and a symbol of the resourcefulness of the first settlers. In the 17th and 18th centuries, when the population of the peasants skyrocketed, Village des Boris was born. The people were forced to find extra means of subsistence as a result of the large increase in demand for food caused by the population growth. They realized that increasing their plantings would allow them to reap more rewards. However, there was an issue. Their land wasn't productive. It was littered with rocks and stones that prevented the growth of the crops. The community then made the decision to remove the stones from the ground. The inhabitants, being resourceful people, did not simply leave the removed stones, but instead utilized them to build their dwellings. The stunning stone-stacked homes, walls, and barns that are the consequence are today recognized as historical landmarks. Number 3. Art Gallery Contemporary Tapiazzo. The art gallery is a famous tourist attraction because it offers abstract paintings, architecture, and universal symbols with ochre pigments of Roussillon in the province. In fact, it is recognized by Arts, Sciences et Lettres de Paris for its unique masterpieces. Mr. Tapiazzo, the owner and artist of the gallery, often interacts with its visitors, showing his creative and bubbly side. When you go there, you would be drawn in by the mixed media art on display on the main street. Some of the displays included paintings of round trees and cypresses with a piercing blue sky background. Nothing you've probably seen before. Not only that, but the pieces offer a true third dimension, depth, and texture. When you visit, you'd probably meet the artist himself, as he is known to introduce you to his mixed media paintings and abstract subjects. Number 2. The Sentier Desulkers de Roussillon. The formerly active ochre mine near Roussillon is called Le Sentier Desulkers. Due to years of ochre mining, the canyon is very deep. The valley has since been transformed into a route for tourists that winds between the cliff's waves and ridges. The astonishing diversity of clay hues you'll observe on the pathway, which ranges from deep reds to bright yellows and dark browns, is what's most impressive. It can be difficult to remember you're in France at times. There are numerous urban legends about this region's red clay. One of the dramatic tales holds that it is Lady Fearman's blood, who allegedly plunged off the cliffs following a fight with her envious husband. As you stroll through the vibrant hues and take in the breathtaking vistas from the trail, these tales make for some fascinating conversations. Number 1. ABBAYE NOTRE-DAME de SENANQUE. When visiting Gordes during the lavender season, which is mid-June to mid-August, be sure to visit SENANQUE Abbey. During the season, SENANQUE Abbey is among Provence's most attractive locations. Numerous online influencers can vouch for that. The main draw for visitors to the area is the lavender field in the courtyard of SENANQUE Abbey. But there's more to it than just admiring how beautiful everything is. The Cistercian monks have called SENANQUE Abbey their home since the 12th century. Its charming Romanesque Cistercian architecture, rural atmosphere, and spiritual peace can all be combined to provide a mind-calming experience. In fact, it's a place for reflection and thought, as well as shutter-presser moments. SENANQUE Abbey may be the place for you if you're looking for a place to do some soul-searching. You will be able to see several areas of the abbey when you visit, such as the church, the chapter house, the calefactory, and the monks' cells. Oh, and let's not forget about its cloisters, which are, in my opinion, the second most photogenic location in the abbey. Gordes is well worth a trip. The charming hilltop village is the ideal place to sate your wanderlust because it has beautiful collades and amazing vistas. With that said, which of these unique and picturesque attractions do you feel is worth your time and money? Check out this other video from Primo Traveller, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more of our 10 prime picks. And let Primo Traveller be your guide to premier destinations around the world.